actor Sir John Hurt, who's died at the age of 77. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. Now, in a career spanning 6 decades, Sir John won Oscar nominations for his roles in The Elephant Man and Midnight Express. He also starred in 1984 in Alien and also 3 Harry Potter films. Well, I'm joined from our Southampton studio by ChildLine founder and president Dame Esther Ransom. Sir John Hurt was a fundraiser for the charity. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Tell us what John Hurt was like from your side of things.
Well, I first met him when he was a very young actor, because I was working in radio and he was working also in radio at that time, among other places, because he was also obviously a stage actor. Brilliant. I remember seeing him in his 20s taking the lead in a play that was performed at the Edinburgh Festival, and he just dominated effortlessly. He was riveting to watch. So I was extremely thrilled to meet him as a kid. I was too. And then years went by, decades went by, and ChildLine was launched, and I went to see him just on spec. I went to see him in a play and went round afterwards and talked to him about ChildLine, and he understood immediately. I asked him if he would be able to help us by speaking at events or taking part in carol services, and he agreed at once. And he talked to me a little bit about the fact that he understood vulnerable children. He knew what it was like to have suffering that you couldn't talk about publicly or to anyone in your family, because it had happened to him. Something happened to John at school which made him understand that ChildLine could be the only way children suffering as he had could ask for help.
Given that empathy he had with
Yes.
you, how would you say his contribution helped to the success of ChildLine?
Well, he talked at events. He told stories from some of the children who had been in touch with us. He talked about how we'd helped them. He was able to read their first-person descriptions of their lives and read their letters aloud. And of course, given his skills, his wonderful voice, his emotional intensity, it packed an enormous punch. So it meant that when he read for us at a carol service or at a fundraising event, people were immediately drawn to the message he was portraying, and he talked about it from his own experience, from the heart. And we've lost a wonderful ambassador for vulnerable children, and my heart goes out to his family, to his many friends, but also I would like to express the sympathy from all the children who he helped by raising money for them and by delivering their message.
And of course, this is a very different side to the Hollywood actor that we've been talking about today, isn't it?
Yes, and I don't know how much he would wish me to draw attention to the work he did, because he did it, as I say, sincerely and from the heart and without drawing attention to it. But I think it's important that people understand that it wasn't just the hugely gifted actor that we all know from so many roles, but as a human being, he gave so much.
Dame Esther Ransom, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's return to President Trump's executive order, which severely restricts passport holders from 7 mostly Muslim countries. Google has recalled travelling staff members to the US as a result of this. Now, our business